Cycle Talk TV is brought to you by Ducati, Kawasaki, KTM, Harley-Davidson, On Two Wheels Motorsports, Polaris, Triumph and Victory. Welcome to Cycle Talk TV. On today's episode, we've got the KTM 390 Duke. Great bike for people looking for a lightweight, small, naked machine. We've also got lots and lots of products. We've got the modern classic in a Royal Enfield Continental GT, and we're going to kick it all off with the Harley-Davidson Softail Slim. 30 years ago, Harley-Davidson introduced the Softail, a machine designed to look like it was built in the 1940s with no rear suspension, a rigid rear end. Harley had neatly hidden the suspension under the back seat. Now, they've developed over the years, but really the Softail has defined Harley-Davidson to a large extent since then. This is the Softail Slim. It's been around for a couple of years now. It's a stripped down version of a Softail. It's got a few neat little things on it, like these New York style, almost a motocross handlebar with a cross brace here. But there's no GPS, there's no stereo, there's no power socket. It's a bare bones motorcycle. What this really does have is a thumping 103B Harley-Davidson Big V twin and a whole heap of style. Softail Slim is a classic Harley-Davidson Softail Cruiser, $26,250. That's pretty good value for a Softail. It's one of the cheapest Softails you can buy. Now, if you want to add a passenger, add some bags, add screen to go touring, whatever, you can do all that through the Harley-Davidson accessory catalogue. But what you get with the standard bike is a classic cruiser that's just a very enjoyable ride. The suspension's set up reasonably soft, so it absorbs the bumps to keep the ride comfortable, and it'll go around corners reasonably well. All the Harleys these days handle okay, although if you really want to go around faster and stuff, you won't choose the Softail Slim. This is for somebody who wants the really low seat, the really beautiful styling, and an easy Softail to live with. Now, the engine in this bike is the 103B, 45-degree air-cooled V-twin. Very traditional Harley-Davidson. And in many ways, this bike represents 100 years of development of Harley-Davidson machinery. I can't remember exactly when they started building V-twins, but they've been doing it a very long time. And this is such a delightful motor to ride with. It cracks open, it's got a really lovely Harley potato note that they describe it as, and you'll really enjoy cracking the throttle open on a Softail Slim. I was a little bit surprised to discover that the bike weighs a little over 300 kilos. It certainly doesn't feel that when you're riding it, and even when you're manoeuvring it, although little people might have a little bit of trouble pushing it backwards. Overall, the machine disguises its weight really well. That weight is carried very low, and even at very low speeds, it doesn't feel like it's a handful. Now, the brakes on the Softail Slim have ABS, but there's only one single front disc brake. And I thought this might be a little bit under-braked for the size of the machine. But in actual fact, I was actually quite impressed with how well it did stop. Sure, it's no demon under brakes, but don't think it's under-braked just because it's only got one disc. So I'm not the only one to ride this machine for Cycle Talk TV. One of our other testers, Dave Longbottom's been riding it around too, and he loves the simplicity and style of this machine. So if you're after a big cruiser that looks simple, that's easy to own, and looks like it came straight out of the 1940s, head down to your Harley-Davidson dealer and check them out. The Softail Slim has a 1690cc V-twin engine. It's available in 7 different colours. It costs $26,250, and you get a lot more information from h-d.com.au.
Do you want more Cycle Talk? The December issue is out now. On the cover is the learner-approved Yamaha MT-07, under 10 grand. We also check out the 2015 Yamaha YZ125 and 250. There's a massive Christmas gift guide with gear for the whole family. You can also read the full Ural sidecar and Kawasaki KVF 750 tests featured earlier in the series. Extras in the December issue of Cycle Talk magazine are the long-term reports on the MOTO Guzzi V7 Stone and KTM 250 SX. Read the magazine in print, online or on your tablet, iPad or iPhone. Cycle Talk is the #1 free motorcycle magazine on the App Store. Go to www.cycletalk.com.au.
You could win your choice of a Kabuto Aeroblade 3 road helmet valued at $424.99 or a pair of RXT motocross helmets valued at $358. Just log on to Facebook and like the Cycle Talk page and share the helmet promotion post. Just search for Cycle Talk inside Facebook or go directly to facebook.com/cycletalk for your chance to win. Cycle Talk updates Facebook regularly with news, photos and interesting links. We're also posting great pictures to Instagram and tweeting the latest on Twitter.
Today we're going to take a look at the KTM 390 Duke. It should really get the hearts of young motorcyclists racing. And for $7,000 plus on-road costs, it's a machine that many people will be able to afford as well. We've come to expect a lot from the European manufacturers, none more so than KTM with its ready-to-race slogan. Few 390 Dukes will ever see a racetrack compared to the fully fared RC 390, but this bike does come from a manufacturer who has won the 2014 Moto3 Constructors' Championship. KTM is heavily structured towards single-cylinder motorcycles, which the 390 Duke is a part of. Using a smaller capacity single-cylinder engine combined with the naked styling helps to keep the weight down, and it really does bring out the best of this engine. This is a very user-friendly bike, which makes it a very attractive option for the less experienced. That doesn't mean it's a slouch. The bike pulls away from slower speeds quite comfortably in higher gears. This turn of speed means the 390 Duke is also pretty useful for riders who could choose a more powerful machine if they desired, but don't really need the extra weight. Commuters, students, occasional riders, basically anyone looking for a lightweight, easy to own machine with a lot of character, without a high price tag, this is for you. Because of its lighter weight and racing pedigree, the bike really is a hoot around corners. Power delivery is predictable and it's very easy to control. The 390 Duke comes standard with ABS, with a 300mm single disc 4-pot Biber brake caliper up front with a 260mm Biber rear brake, which are designed by Brembo and made in India. There's 150mm of WP suspension at each end. The upside down front forks are non-adjustable and the rear is adjustable for preload only. The styling is strong with this one, aggressive, angular and distinctive. Check out the belly pan and detail in the die-cast aluminium swing arm. The bright orange frame says it all for KTM. You won't mistake the 390 Duke for any other brand of machine easily. Practically, there's a 10.5 litre fuel tank, which will get roughly 250 kilometres out of. There's also comprehensive instrumentation easily at hand, very much in keeping with the rest of the Duke range. What this adds up to is lots of functionality. This bike will compete with the Japanese sportsters and commuters on the road, as it is already proven on the track. This offers a European brand experience to first-time road bike riders, which is still pretty rare, especially in the under $10,000 price bracket. The 390 Duke is also being pitched as an alternative to maxi scooters, at least in part because it's cheaper and sportier. KTM does offer some luggage options for the Duke, which includes a tank and seat bag, but if carrying capacity is a major deciding factor for your first or next purchase, the 390 Duke is hardly going to carry the same load as a scooter or bigger bike. In saying that, it will do much more than a scooter. High-tech internals have helped the motor produce 44 horsepower and plenty of torque. Combined with the lightweight running gear, the 390 Duke makes for an easy-to-ride machine which doesn't run out of puff too soon. The bike will sit on 110 all day if you aren't a learner or provisional licence holder, but it's just as comfortable sneaking through city traffic on the way to work. There's also performance and stylish accessories available, so check out your local KTM dealer for more info. It would have been nice to see some adjustable brake levers and a twin disc setup on the front of this bike. Seeing how it already has ABS brakes, the extra braking power could really help out both inexperienced and experienced riders alike if they're found in a situation where they need to throw out the chocks fast. Other than that, as a rider who has been off the learner approved scheme for a few months, I really could see myself riding this bike as an everyday commuter from home to uni or the office. I could also see myself doing a little bit of touring on the 390 Duke with a backpack and a change of clothes. What KTM has come up with for the 390 Duke is a very versatile package for first-time riders and for those who know what type of bike they realistically need. If you are one of those people, I suggest you go to your local KTM dealer and take one for a test ride, because I think you'll be very impressed.
The 2015 390 Duke is available now. Check them out at ktm.com.au or your KTM dealer. They're priced at $74.95 plus on-road costs.
Fearless innovation starts with an attitude. While others claim to be ahead of the curve, we're already leaning into the next one. We're about setting the precedent year after year and letting the rest play catch up. They ride to keep up with today. We ride to own tomorrow.
Didn't know anything till I was told everything about you. And though I tried to hide, my smile gets wider every day. But now I can't deny the white of your eyes. It got me feeling the strain of how I couldn't speak every time I heard your name.
Lowrider is back and rides even lower.
We have official time here. Neil Wyatt leads by 3 seconds from Alex Pickett. In third place is Chris Dixon, 26.
Road racing, for some reason, held a fascination for me.
Well, he's growing up watching it.
It's my dream, but he's probably taken on some of that.
And knowing Dad want to do it, I've always wanted to do it.
Royal Enfield has been the king of the retro game for years now, building bikes mainly catering for riders who wanted a touch of the old British motorcycling sort of game, but without going Triumph. Now, just as a bit of a history lesson, when Royal Enfield went broke many years ago in England, it was sold to an Indian-based company, so the tooling and name was sold, and the company has kept on producing bikes mainly for the Indian market. Now, you've been able to buy them in Australia for a number of years too, and over the years, I guess the range has changed a bit and modernised as well, to a degree. So Royal Enfield then had a bit of a departure from the 50s style of classic British bike it's been building, and has produced the Continental GT. It is based on the Continental GT 250cc single from the 1960s. So all you rockers out there, you can get out the California Poppy Hair Oil, the Brill Cream, the leather jacket out of the cupboard, and relive your youth. But if you're a hipster, you don't have to relive your youth. You're probably still enjoying it now, but this bike will let you enjoy it just a little bit more. But before we get too carried away, let's look at the mechanical wonderings of the Continental GT. First up, it's got the single cylinder 4-stroke engine. It's fuel injected, 535cc, electric start, kick start as a backup, which that's pretty neat. Now, the forks are non-adjustable, conventional, as you can see. It's got a pretty neat Brembo brake package on the front. The fork's got 110mm of travel. On the rear, it's got twin Paoli shocks, no less, 80mm of travel. It's got 29.1 horsepower or 21.4 kilowatts for you youngsters out there. All in all, it's basically a fairly stripped down sort of machine. It's sub 200 kilos and the fuel tank's got 13 litres capacity. Now, even though the bike looks quite sporty, the riding position is very easy on the body. Plenty of leg room, I'm 6 foot, plenty of leg room as I said, and also the reach of the bars is quite easy. You could probably do a lot of miles on this if you wanted to, but I don't really think that's the point of it. For me, this bike loves to be on a nice winding road and maybe a mountain pass or two. That's where this bike revels. This bike doesn't have a huge amount of power, but it's still lots of fun to ride. But if you're looking for a bike that you can sit on 140 plus all day long, this is not really for you. For me, it handles very nicely, it feels light, it brakes nicely as well. The power, as I said, is more than enough for the bike. It gives you a real sense of classic freedom. I mean, I love classic bikes, but sometimes they can be a pain in the backside, where this gives you that real taste of it without being a pain. It looks classic, it feels classic, and it goes classic, and it's as much fun as a classic.
The Royal Enfield Continental GT costs $8,700 plus dealer and government charges. More information from royalenfieldaustralia.com.
If you're after some high quality, well-made and affordable rims for your dirt bike, then Moto Sprint's got the wheels for you. They're available in a variety of different sizes to suit a variety of different dirt bikes, and they're available at your local motorcycle store. Now sure, you can buy rims off the internet, and why go to your local bike shop? Well, the reason is these are backed by a local major importer, and so therefore you have after-sales backup, warranty, any issues, spare parts. That way then you can go back to your bike shop where you bought the wheels and chase it up. What sort of chase up or what sort of backup do you have from the internet? Now on the table in front of me, we've got a motard set here for a DRZ 400 Suzuki. We've also got a set for CRF Hondas 250 and 450. And there's some really interesting features. We've got billet hubs, we've got dual bearings on the drive side, so you've got that extra strength there. We've also got lip seals, and one interesting thing about the lip seals is that they retain the spaces. So you pull the wheel out, you know, you're at a dirt track, a motocross event or whatever, pull the wheel out, you're not going to have your spaces fall out and you go searching for them in the dirt. They stay in place. These Moto Sprint rims are built tough too. Check out the 6-gauge stainless steel spokes. The rims are available in a wide variety of colour combinations to suit modern dirt bikes, and you can buy one rim. You don't have to buy a pair like you do with most other internet purchases. If you only want a front rim, just buy a front rim. Now it's just not all about motocross or super motard style wheels. Moto Sprint also do a 19-inch front dirt track rim, so if you're in a dirt track, they've got you covered. And if you're into mini bikes, like the CRF 150 behind us, well, Moto Sprint do wheels for the CRF 150R in big wheel and little wheel sizes, and also KTM's 65 and 85 SX models.
Moto Sprint wheels are available from motorcycle dealers right across the country. Prices vary depending on the size. You get a lot more information from kenmar.com.au.
Everyone puts their pants on one leg at a time. What separates some of us, though, is what we throw a leg over after our pants are on. The new Harley-Davidson Breakout motorcycle. Breakout.
Welcome back to On Two Wheels Motorsports. Over the last few months we've had some renovations, we've upgraded our accessories department, more bikes on display. Let's go for a walk and show you around. Here at On Two Wheels we have a large range of Yamaha fun bikes available, ready for Christmas for you, so getting quick to lay by. With loads of extras, a free Wi-Fi HD camera available as well. Here at On Two Wheels Motorsports we customise bikes. Just take a look at this retro YZ250F 2015 model. Here's another one of our customised Kawasaki's, KX65, for a young fella named Nick. We have a full range of cruisers from our 1900 to our Learner Legal 650s on display, with full customisation available. Just have a look at this Yamaha Bolt. It's got Vance & Hines pipes and the Helfer leather bags and the bobber seat and the rear rack. We have a large range of all-terrain vehicles, starting from our sports, farming and side-by-side vehicles. Here's another one of our Yamaha custom bikes, YFM 700 with full bull bar, bash plates, light bar and a rear tail bag, and also has a dead rest for your knees when you're out hunting. Ocean or Earth, what takes your fancy? We have a full range of mini bike Kawasaki's available, motocross bikes from their leading KX 450 and ATVs. For anyone that likes an adrenaline rush, we have the new 310 Kawasaki jet ski range on the floor. It is the fastest jet ski on the planet. Not only do Kawasaki have the fastest jet ski on the planet, they also have the fastest production road bike, the Kawasaki Ninja ZX14. If you're after a learner legal bike, you've come to the right place, because here at On Two Wheels we've got a large range of bikes on display. Here with me I have the MT-07, which is the fastest learner legal bike on the market. We also have the #1 learner legal bike, the Kawasaki Ninja 300. We can customise them to your needs, so come in and see us. Here at our recently renovated accessories department, we can help you with adventure gear, riding gear, motocross or road. We can help you from helmets, jackets, gloves, boots, goggles, jerseys or pants. We can also help you spruce up your bike with graphics, pipes or any hard parts required. We've got a full range of service parts starting from oils, oil filters. We can also help you with performance parts such as exhaust, any power items that you require. All the staff here at On Two Wheels are really proud of what they've achieved with the new showroom layout and accessories department. So come in and see us, and we got a deal for you.
On Two Wheels Motorsports are at 304 Queen Street in Campbelltown. Call them on 024625 7518, follow them on Facebook and find them online at ontwowheels.com.au.
Go! Now, my product pick of the week is more a service than a product.
Now, this swing arm belongs to a 1989 Yamaha FZR 1000. My friend Stuart and I are building this into a Period 6 road racing bike, a historic road racing bike. And we decided to get it cleaned up for the bike. The bike is going to be built to quite a high level. And the ideal situation was to get it V-blasted because the condition that we got the bike in the first place was very bad. Now, I spoke to a local Newcastle firm called Newcastle Vapor Blasting, and when I spoke to Chris, the owner of that firm, about what we wanted, he suggested, because the bike was going to be built to quite a high level, to do some polishing on the swing arm, not just to blast it or vapor blast it back to like a standard finish. So we decided in the end to have it part polished and part vapor blasted so that sort of the look offset itself a little bit. Now, this is the finished article, and as you can see, it's pretty impressive. Everyone I've shown this swing arm to has been literally blown away by it. Now, lots of effort's gone into this because it was in quite poor condition and had lots of deep scratches. So they've managed to take those scratches out, and as you can see, they've basically supplied me with a work of art. Now, NVB can do just about anything on a motorcycle, and even car parts as well. Anything from the smallest bolt or a carburetor fuel bowl, right through to a motorcycle frame, fuel tank. Whatever can fit in the cabinet, they can do. Now, obviously the prices vary quite a bit too on the size and the amount of work that goes into the job. As you can imagine, a job like this is going to cost a lot more because look at the work that's gone into it. You can ring Chris from Newcastle Vapor Blasting about your job. He'll tell you a rough guide of what it's going to cost, what's involved, and even better, you can send your parts to him from anywhere in Australia.
Talk to Newcastle Vapor Blasting about your job. Call them on 0412 290 960 or check them out on the web, newcastlevaporblasting.com.